I'm Hanna, and I'm a cotton-picking ridge runner, stump jumper, and damn proud of it. I raise chickens, ducks, geese, turkeys, goats, and sheep.
All right, I'm coming now. Yeah, I hear you. LaWanda, I'll slap you, you don't listen. Down, daggone you!
It's almost 4.5 acres, and so I guess you wouldn't count it a little farm. I don't throw away anything that I can use later. I don't call it a hoarder. I call it keeping what you need to buy, gosh, and when you don't have money to go buy it later.
I'm Linda, and I'm Hannah's daughter. Mom's been living in the single wide for about 2 years now with chickens. Mom's got about 50 head of baby chickens and half-grown chickens in the tubs.
That's what was happening last night. They was a fighting. You see that? Wound up killing you. Damn.
She's got chicken manure all over it, garbage all over it. It is bad. Really bad. Mom does not have heat in the single wide. She doesn't have anything to cook on but a hot plate. Mom can't even get to her kitchen sink.
It's important to me to get out of that old raggedy trailer and back into my house where I don't freeze my behaggies off all winter long.
My name is Becky, and I'm Hannah's oldest daughter. I get so pissed at my mother, the way she's living and letting these animals live.
Animals are suffering, but I can't sit there and tell Mom that they're suffering. Because if I tell her that, then she's gonna get mad at me and tell me, no, they're not suffering.
The animals are being more than tortured. They're not having a life. These animals are in prison.
They're all in okay shape as far as I know. If there's any of them there's something wrong with them, it's more than I know about.
She treats those animals the way she treated us kids, and I can't stand that.
There was many times that the cops were called.
I was 16 years old when the state of Illinois removed us. I only tolerate her because she is my mother. I don't have to punish her, God will.
I had 16 kids, and 10 of them are still living. If they don't want to have nothing to do with me, fine. If they do, fine. I was living before they was born, and I'll live till I die. Who in the hell ever heard of hoarding an animal? You can't hoard an animal. An animal will go where they damn well please.
I don't understand why she just doesn't say, okay, I give up on the animals. I'm gonna get rid of those. I give up on collecting things and live a better life. I don't understand that.
The way she lives, I can't be around her.
I can't see Mom live like this anymore. Something has to be done.
My name is Dr. Robin Zazio. I am a licensed clinical psychologist, and I specialize in OCD and compulsive hoarding.
Right now, I ain't happy to see nobody.
It's quite clear that Hanna is an angry woman, and she wasn't even interested in walking me around and showing me the things that were troubling her and where she was needing help.
You want to enter in here where my mom lives?
I do. Okay.
Be careful because you'll fall through the floor there.
Okay. When I walked in the trailer, I was almost speechless. The condition was so bad in this trailer.
There's chickens all in these containers.
The air quality was overwhelming. That's manure?
That's manure.
It's up this high.
Yes, that's manure. It's all in this house. Nothing works in this place.
I mean, this isn't fit for anything to live in.
No. They're too young.
Hanna's denial allows her to live in there and say that everything's fine. No one is gonna make it through the winter in here. There's
And
no way.
I told her that. She says, well, I'll just have to put an electric heater in here.
And it's gonna go up in flames.
Exactly. That's what I told her.
Hanna's children were taken away from her, and they've been gone for several years now, and so they're watching her deterioration from afar. I know that the impact has been very, very hard on them.
This is not healthy. This is disgusting, gross. I can't see my mom living like this.
It's gotta be hard. The prognosis for Hanna is very poor. She lacks any insight into the problem of her hoarding, of the abuse and the neglect, and her current health conditions.
She has all those health issues. Heart, lung, back. She can't walk. And look, she complains about walking in here.
Well, she complains about her health, but she completely defends that this is a completely safe environment.
Yes.
I don't know what's gonna happen to Hanna.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
We have got a lot of work to do today.
My name is Matt Paxton. I'm an extreme cleaning specialist.
If we don't know already, Hanna is in charge, okay?
And nothing gets thrown into the dump trucks unless I tell them to.
Loud and clear. This is our animal safety team.
Well, I imagine I've worked with livestock before Yuns was ever born.
Hanna is very comfortable with who she is. I think she's been a fighter all of her life. We are not going to change Hanna. We're not going to change who she is. We're here to help the animals, and we're here to get Hanna a safe place to live.
All right, everybody ready to go?
Ready.
All right, let's do it.
Okay.
We can make some space over here for things she wants to keep out of the house. That is all pieces. I need to get more space for these goats. And this is a great opportunity.
It's enough space for them for now. I'll get the rest of it done myself later on.
We got a bunch of guys with a bunch of trucks that are free. That's why I want to
There
use
ain't
this
nothing
space.
going out of here.
I'm telling you, half of this is trash.
I don't care what you're telling me. I'm telling you. I own it. You don't.
Correct.
She's a rattlesnake. She just lets you know that you're bugging her. She makes a lot of noise and tries to get you to go away.
I'd like to get
It's
this
gonna
out of
stay
here.
right where it is.
Okay, so we want to get, the goal was to give your goats more space. You're saying this is not the way to do it.
No, that stuff stays there.
What about if
Forget
we
it.
just reshuffled it to here and there
No,
and here?
I said it stays there. How many times I have to tell you that?
It's difficult to do a hoarding cleanup when the hoarder doesn't want to touch anything.
Mom.
I'll get it, go.
There are animals on this property that are suffering, and we can't allow them to continue to suffer like that.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. When you start out messing with it, I'll sue every damn one of you.
You know, Hanna, that's
Now,
your
by
right.
God, there's no damn sense of you getting out here, sticking your damn nose in my business. It's none of your business.
But we were called here, and we were called here for a reason, Hanna, and that was to make your life better, right?
Yes, and taking my animals sure as hell won't make it
Okay,
better.
but it also we need to make the animals' life better as well.
I have been battling this damn bull for years. Somebody else got their damn nose stuck where they got no business.
Whoa,
don't start with me. Don't start with me.
Whoa.
No, you guys were supposed to come up here and help her.
We are
not,
helping.
I'm not supposed to get phone calls while I'm at work.
Calm down.
And she's upset.
Calm down.
You know she's got heart. No.
Calm down.
My mother is nobody's gonna start with her.
Who started with her? Calm down.
One of the grandchildren was apparently calling Hannah's daughter and saying things that weren't even happening.
I get phone calls while I'm at work.
Okay, calm down. Calm down. I don't know who you are.
Everybody's calling me here. I'm not gonna deal with my mother getting upset and having a heart attack.
She is fine.
No, that ain't what I got.
Time
I
out.
don't give a what you say.
Time out. Bart.
Hey,
Bart,
calm down.
please
I
go
need
that
to
way.
see my mother.
Okay.
She's right here.
Calm down.
We're gonna do something. No one talk.
Robin and I were able to stop her, but she still ended up getting in a fight with her brother.
Everything was going fine until her
Bart,
Shut your mouth, Bart!
Please!
get over here.
Hey, watch out, Bart!
Don't do it, Bart.
Hey.
She'll knock the hell out of him and flatten him out.
These children that she has raised don't have ability to communicate without yelling.
This isn't helping.
This family is probably the largest family I've ever seen, and it is by far the most dysfunctional family I have ever seen. We did get Hanna to agree to let some of the goats go, some of the ducks go, the rabbit, and a really, really sick turkey.
Before we leave today, we will make sure all the animals have food, that they have adequate water, that they are in the best condition and the cleanest cages that we can get for them. And then we will be contacting the state officials on Monday morning at 8 o'clock.
It's trash.
Trash?
This family decided that they were going to do whatever it takes to get this house safe for their mom. And they've done that. But the reality is this house will be full very quickly. If you let it get this far, man, it's a real hard thing to change. A really hard thing to change.
Here, come.
We have offered aftercare services for Hanna. She does not think that she has a compulsive hoarding problem. She does not by any means see anything wrong with the treatment of these animals, and she's refusing all help at this point. Hanna's prognosis is extremely poor, probably the worst of any hoarder I've ever worked with.
My name is Constance, and I live in a small country town. They say I'm a hoarder, they say I'm a redneck, I'm gonna say, you darn right. When you don't have nothing, you give me something, and I didn't have to work for it, I didn't have to say yes ma'am, no ma'am, bend on my knees or get my back hurt, then yes, I'm keeping it.
I am Alicia and I'm Constance's sister. The house is horribly dirty. It's clothes, food everywhere. Never seen powdered mold before until I went to her house and I was like, oh my goodness.
I'm Darlene and Constance is my sister. The trailer that Constance lives in, you can't even get in it because she has so much junk and groceries.
I tell them, I said, if I get it to the door and I'm already tired of stuff, that's where it's gonna stay.
I'm Angela, and Constance is my mother. My family said if she was to die in the house, they would burn the house down. They wouldn't even try to salvage anything out of it because that's how bad it is.
I want her to know that it's to the point of where I hate to say that she's my sister.
If my mother does not get help this time, I will call the authorities to have her removed.
They want me gone. I said, well, I'm still alive. I'm not dead yet. If you want me gone, dig a hole, and I guess I'll jump in. Is the way I feel about it. Right now, I have about 15 chickens and several roosters and 25 guineas. I got 3, thanks they human, and they're gonna sneak in there as soon as my back is turned. Mama's in the house, so there's gotta be something good in there, so we gonna go in there.
If you go get the eggs from the hens, you have to go wash them and put them up in the refrigerator so they don't spoil. Well, my mother has not grasped that concept yet, where she grabs the eggs and just leave them sitting everywhere.
So it's like an Easter egg hunt, and you don't know which eggs are fresh and which ones aren't.
My name is Inez, and Constance is my daughter. I would not sell them to anybody. Matter of fact, I stopped getting eggs up there because I know how she's been doing things, and I'm not gonna get salmonella poison.
I'm Standalyn Robertson, and I'm a certified professional organizer. Every surface is filled with perishables. We have eggs like this all over the house.
Yes.
Why are they there? Like, help us understand.
If you want to hatch an egg, you cannot put it in the refrigerator.
Okay, so your goal is that a little baby chicken was going to be born on the side of the table?
No, you got to gather so many to be able to pull your incubator up.
Do you have your incubator set up?
Yes, I do.
Where is it set up?
It's on top of my bed, but it needs to be cleaned out.
There is so much rotten food in this house.
There's an apple.
Pieces of fruit that are petrified. A freezer filled with meat and supplies. She's stockpiling for the day that she may not have anything.
And we have new clothes, have never been worn. I wonder if she even tried them on. New.
We need to give Constance a visual of the amount of stuff that she has. This is a good thing to see because she's complaining that she doesn't have enough money.
I'm talking about she's gonna have one of those like Oprah Winfrey closets.
That's the idea.
I'm Dr. Melva Green, a board-certified psychiatrist specializing in anxiety disorders and hoarding behaviors.
I could just dive in and grab, and I could have at least $300 worth of brand new clothes with tags on it. But you're concerned about going hungry. Make that make sense for me.
They represent me trying to be available for any situation that I might go in from now until I die.
Okay, but I'm telling you, this is 5 lifetimes. Miss Connie is really searching for an identity. This is a woman who arrested in development somewhere around 15 years old.
Would you consider take those to a consignment shop so that you can get the money?
Then take them out if that's what the case would be.
No, I asked you a question.
Take them out back. These are my winter clothes. I will be cold, take them back. These are my work clothes, take them back. I'm not gonna be able to work. These are my summer clothes, take them back. I'm disappearing.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Hold it. Time out. Let's have a plan. Now, will you trust your sister and your daughter to take from the old things, the things that are ratty, tatty, soiled? Those can go. Is that fair?
That's right.
Okay, that's the plan.
You're not gonna replace that. They don't make them no more.
The sight of Miss Connie looking at the junk truck, shaking her head, feeling pretty disgusted about the whole process, it says that she's barely in the game with us.
Now, I'm trying, I said right now, I said I need 2 more things and I won't buy no more clothes for 10 years.
Miss Connie, that sounds like an alcoholic saying they need 2 more drinks before they're gonna get sober.
Right.
This is a woman who is incredibly attached to all of it and still focused on getting 2 corduroy skirts to complete her wardrobe.
This isn't working. That's the way, because I said I'm going, or do I need to go butt naked? Is that what will make them happy?
Okay. Well, let's go over and look at the clothes and find out who's trying to make you go butt naked.
These are my clothes.
I need Miss Connie to connect the dots here, that her living under these circumstances is not safe.
We got short sleeves, long sleeves, all here. And we haven't been through that last room of clothes.
Why don't you just donate the rest of your clothes and go with these clothes you have here? Still trying to keep everything. You can't keep everything.
I need my shoes. I definitely not going through my shoes.
She can't wear all of them shoes.
I'm tired. It's over with as of today. We can be agreeable, or we have other alternatives that your daughter wants to do.
We've been here for 2 days cleaning out. We only got 2 rooms clean. This is ridiculous. If you don't feel like you need to clean up and get rid of stuff, you are going to the nursing home. That's it. We can't do this anymore. What's it gonna be?
I'm accepting the help.
Okay,
otherwise, I would be acting a fool.
Okay, well then
I would be acting a fool if I'm not accepting the help.
Cindy, come help us. You need to
come do what you're physically able to do.
So the bed's going?
Yes.
So these 3 boxes, we're gonna let that go?
Yes.
She said it can go.
Angela, I want to say this to you. I want to honor you not giving up on your mother. That's big.
Yeah.
You're a strong young lady. She's lucky to have given birth to you.
Thank you, baby. I love you. I did need the help, and I appreciate the help. And I was not able, but I appreciate you being there for me.
Oh my God. Okay, it got really emotional for me because I know what it took for this family to stay together despite the odds. You trusted and you believed. It's a very big deal, Miss Connie.
Underneath all of the stuff, we're finding a trailer that is not structurally sound for her to live in.
Anything could come in there. Snakes.
I did not know that floor was there. It was home, but it was not livable, but I was living there anyhow. I am worried about where I'm gonna be now.
We're gonna look at alternatives because this space is just not safe.
My name is Dave Selman, and I'm the owner of StarTex Manufactured Homes. I have the ability to come up with a home that was traded in. I would be willing to bring that home out here and set it up, okay?
So Dave has brought us this amazing news that he has another home.
Constance's new home is on its way here. She has no idea that we're doing anything. I'm really excited about it. I will be interested to see how she reacts to this.
I think it's gonna blow her mind. Miss Connie, I think this is coming for you.
That's coming in here?
Come on! It must be going down.
What do you think about them getting it in this place?
It'd be wonderful.
Wonderful.
2-bedroom.
2 bath.
Thank God. Thank God.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
It's your closet. All your clothes. I love it. Yeah.
Look at the bathtub. This is the guy that come here, I need to hug you.
Come over here. We're gonna have a group hug. Look what I got. Oh, look at that.
It's okay.
Connie's had a lot of wins, in my opinion. This is a woman who was quite fatalistic when we started out with this. To see her make this huge turning point, it gives me chills.
I'm Linda. I'm a landlady and a farmer. I have an inherent passion to be who I am, and I usually do whatever I do big time. I inherited this farm. That's a big blessing. I was the garbage lady, and now I'm landowner.
I'm Angela, and Linda is my best friend and my rock. Well, she was the bag lady because she would go and pick up everybody's garbage because she didn't want it laying around and being ridiculous.
My saving increased when I inherited this farm, and I could see that I could use these things here.
There is lumber, there is hardware, there are doors, there are toilets, there are sinks. You name it, it's there.
I think God is working through me.
The religious beliefs really do play a lot in everything that she does.
I feel like I'm a chosen one.
I'm Dean. I work at the farms. My friend Linda is the owner, and I love her very much. The property is a mess. If you go up on the hillside and you come rolling down that hill, it looks like
I'm like a squirrel collecting my nuts for the winter, but I'm collecting them for the future, which doesn't look to be most bright. I believe in reading Revelations that, the end times are just going to be nasty. Social unrest, rioting, pillaging, plundering. Throw in maybe a few natural disasters along the way, like all the super volcanoes will go off at once.
Armageddon kind of deal. The finance markets are going to crash.
There's going to be nothing. No grocery stores, no hardware stores, no dry cleaners. If you want a nut or a bolt, you better have it.
Anything that you might need or want, I'm sure can be found on that property.
I would imagine if there's an emergency, people come knocking at my door. So that's what I'm all about here on this farm, trying to gather all the resources I can while the gathering is good. Dean and Angela had been working in the barn.
I had put all of her stuff away for the winter.
He was refinishing some wood. He went to have lunch.
I went in the house and I was gonna get some loving, and I looked out and poof.
I believe it was spontaneous combustion rags that imploded.
Millions of dollars worth of items destroyed in that fire.
The Lord gives and the Lord takes away. He gave me this farm and he took away the barn.
My issues with the health department came to a head. They told me I needed to get rid of everything. And when I asked to talk to them about it, they said, we don't need to talk with you. You just need to get rid of everything. Just totally insane situation where if it's not undercover, then we're taking it.
With property the way it is and the value of the place, there are many farmers out there that would really like to get her to stumble and swoop in. She needs to clean up her mess. She needs to get the trash out of there.
I believe that if the health department decided to come in and really attack her, that she could lose the farm.
I've experienced my local government as a real form of terrorism, and I'm sick of it.
Good morning, Linda.
Hi.
My name's Corey Chalmers. I'm an extreme cleaner that specializes in biohazard and hoarding. Linda really believes the end of the world is coming, and she's going to be the place to go for whatever anyone needs.
I'm excited about getting some work done that I need to have done, particularly because the barn burned down.
She's already had one barn that's burned down on her property. She could have the same thing happen to her house very easily. My concern after looking at this property is that danger is real still. Would you agree with that?
No, I don't have any fire fear.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay, well, you have the worry and the anxiety, okay?
Like I said, all we can do is point out our concerns.
I know, I've heard that over and over again, so I really don't want to hear it again.
So we're only in the morning meeting, and Linda's already being resistant. This is going to be a tough one, I can already tell. Why do you need this stuff? Just so I know. Like that bag right there that's falling apart, and I don't even know what's in it.
Well, I think this is scrap insulation, and sometimes I just need little itty-bitty pieces of insulation to stick in a little crack.
What about old broken wood like this? Particle board.
This kind of wood I take into the house and I burn it.
What about this? Old basketball hoop. What would we do with that?
I don't know. I think this is a good piece of metal that can be used.
Everything I ask her about on this property, she has an answer for. She's going to fix it, sell it. There's no way. I can look around and see a bunch of these things. This table right here.
I really don't want to be subjecting myself to your standard. It's about cleanup and organization and saving.
I deal with a disorder known as hoarding. You can agree that this is a hoarding problem or not, but that's my job.
I don't look at hoarding as a problem. I look at it as a virtue.
Mm-hmm. She loves being a hoarder. She'll admit it. How am I going to justify taking stuff away from someone that sees value in being a hoarder? We can't help with the crisis of the county coming in and mandating that you do it then. Or we can't help another fire starting and burning down another barn.
I don't live my life thinking about peril and danger and what if and what if and 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 if. I'm really not here to talk about fire and safety. Excuse me, I'm leaving.
All right.
You know, sorry, this is not working for me. This is not how I want to spend my hours in my morning.
Why is it bad when people care about her?
I can just consider it mostly both, and you're wasting my time.
I'm just trying to help her understand that she's in danger.
I actually really wished you weren't here. Thank you.
The problem is, this is a hazard. I mean, for all of her environmental consciousness, she is contaminating
Just give me about
soil.
10 minutes. I'll be back.
Where are you off to, Dean?
I'm gonna go talk to Linda.
Hey, Dean, why don't you hold up? Hold up.
You guys are gonna get her, and she's gonna have a migraine and have a heart attack or something. I'll be back in 10 minutes.
This is the problem. If we do this not as a united front and with a systemic plan or something.
What's going on with you through this process? What's going on with Dean?
I don't know if there's brainwashing here, or they're just afraid of her for some reason, and we really need to figure this out.
Let's have a little talk,
The
okay?
whole thing was about safety and safety and safety.
I love you, and I think you're badass. But
This has a bunch of bull. We're talking about working. They're supposed to come out and supporting me. They're just putting up roadblocks so they can't handle it.
You've got these people who have a vision of the world, and it is us against them. And for outsiders like me and Corey to come in, immediately everybody's defenses go up.
She does have respect for you as a person.
That's fine. To be honest, whether
You should care.
whether you feel respect or not doesn't change how my day goes.
Those are really cold words. That's what's offensive. So
What I will
you
say,
could go ahead and go.
everybody either argues, denies, or storms off. All right. Yep. I don't know how we're going to accomplish anything under those circumstances.
We've tried it our way, and obviously that's not going to work, so let's put you in charge at this point and tell these guys what you want. We're hoping that this little act of you're in charge will get some trust back with her.
We're not about throwing out anything or discarding anything. It's not what it looks like, it's what can it be.
Linda started describing her plan to the junk guys, to the organizers, and everyone was confused.
What do you want us to do with the things that are not recyclable, that are not donatable? That
I really don't want you to all get into qualifying what, should this be safe, should this not be safe.
It's a pile.
Let's just organize the bar instead of burning, make it look
calm down. Take it down a notch.
It's okay.
There's a lot of people trying to understand your method, which your method is not the norm for them.
They have to.
We're just filling up the space that we emptied yesterday. That's all we're doing right now is filling up the exact space that we emptied. I feel like I'm becoming just like Angela and Dean, becoming one of her minions, moving stuff around. Angela, can we talk to you away from Linda, please?
Yeah.
This is stupid. I'm sorry, Angela. We're just moving stuff from pile to pile to pile. And then we're gonna move it right back in. Tell me this doesn't make sense to you.
It only makes sense because it makes sense to Linda.
Okay, thank you for saying that. That's the problem that I have with doing this.
It's not going to make sense to everybody.
Angela, I know you don't want us to leave because we're helping you, but we're not helping her. This process that we're going through with nothing being thrown away is just enabling her. And if she's not careful, she is going to actually become just like Linda because we already see it. You're becoming her. Do you hear yourself? You are becoming her.
I live here. I work for her. I'm.
You're part of the problem.
Well, sure I am.
Oh, well then let's change that. If you know you're part of the problem, let's fix it.
You don't bite the hand that feeds you.
You're beholden to her. Angela is a puzzle. Sometimes Angela sounds like she recognizes there's a problem here. But as soon as she starts down that path, she flips and she becomes Linda's yes man. Angela has definitely drunk the Kool-Aid here.
Yeah, this is what I've taken off of the floor of the barn.
There was a little spark. I thought maybe we could build off of and start cleaning again. So that's exactly what we did. We called everyone back and started to go through piles. That's progress. Better get my gloves back on. Are we friends again? Oh, nice. Wherever you think you can put something else in here, I'll go. I'll follow you to the moon and back.
That could go. To
trash?
The yeah, trash.
Trash. Thank you. Let's talk about this, because these were jeans at one time, but there's nothing left of these pants.
Yeah, there is. There's a zipper. I take the zippers off.
And if you're gonna sit there and shred up a pair of pants and save the zipper, save the snap, because someday there's not gonna be zippers and snaps, like, how do I even reason with that? You think people are desperate, and I don't think they're gonna be this desperate.
I'll have to ignore you for a while so we can get the job done.
What are we gonna do with these bags that are full of stuff? Where do they go?
Just don't
Where do these
harass
bags go?
me anymore. Could you
Where
just
do these
be
bags
quiet?
go? No, where do these bags go?
Really? If I have to be harassed, I'm not even going to be out here doing this.
That's kind of childish.
You could stay there and be childish yourself.
My 10-year-old does this.
But how degrading and insulting you can be.
Okay.
It's too bad you have that quality to be just degrading.
There's just no reasoning with Linda. She's fight or flight all the time. So if you don't agree with her 100%, she fights you. And when she can't fight, she runs. I'll meet you guys up top.
This is an epic fail. We didn't help Linda.
So there's two outcomes to Linda's story. She dies in the hoard, or the city or county comes and takes it away from her. Neither one's good. So sooner or later, she's gonna have to address this.
There's a high level of victim mentality on this property. I just know when we leave, she's going to be able to sit here in the midst of all this stuff with the perverse satisfaction that she's been screwed over yet again.
It's really for the greater good than to your trucks to go off with to waste. I'm trying the best I can.
My name is George. I'm 63 years old. I'm a registered nurse. The house itself is clean and normal, but we have a couple of rooms that are just pretty much filled with stuff. I would guess that there's probably between 5 and 10 tons worth of miscellaneous everything there.
My name is Debbie. I'm 54, and I'm George's wife. The items come from George bringing something home probably almost every day for the last 20 years. George is collecting projects, but yet he doesn't work on them. And he has so many projects that I don't know if he knows where to start at. Kind of devastating to me, especially because it was a yard and none of it was mine. I mean, I just felt like I never even contributed to any of it, but because my name was on the house, I would have to go to court.
The problem is again, the officials wanting this to happen or else.
My name is Tracy, I'm 31, and I'm George's youngest daughter. Everything in it, my parents handmade, built-ins, my mother stenciled, and everything was made with pride and with care and with love. And you look at it now and you're like, what happened?
Thinking about it, it could even be like a loss of control in that situation, and you over-control in another way. And I think that may be part of what hoarding is about. Just you can control what you have, but you really don't.
He was a little messy in the beginning, you know, I mean, like a guy thing.
The first couple of years, everything was just the way it had been before.
There was a time when he had 10 projects and it was okay, and then he built a garage and he had a couple hundred projects. And then he filled the basement and his own 4-car garage, and he had a couple hundred more projects. And all of a sudden it was like, where do you look where you don't have projects? And how can you possibly, in one lifetime, complete any of those?
Good morning, everybody.
Morning. Good morning.
My name is Matt Paxton. I'm an extreme cleaning specialist. George, everyone's here today because they love you. We want to help you out. As the day gets tough and gets challenging, remember, we're all here because we love you. George is a classic hoarder. We see it all the time. We call it the fixin'-tos. He's fixing to do this, he's fixing to do that. In any hoarding situation, it really starts with good intention. Pastor Randy, will you lead us in prayer?
I sure will.
Okay, thank you.
Let's pray. Lord, we thank you for this day.
My name is Dr. Elizabeth Moore. I'm a clinical psychologist specializing in anxiety disorders and compulsive hoarding. We have the very good fortune of having about 40 volunteers from the local church.
All right, we ready to go, everybody? Yeah. All right, let's do it. We're giving him that top barn, the top of the property. That's his limits. If it fits in there, he can keep it. If it doesn't fit in there, he can't keep it. I don't care if he fills it with chickens. He can do whatever he wants to do. But that's the space and the limits that he has.
Tools over here. Well, I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed, but so far it's going pretty good. We're clearing a lot of stuff out, so things seem to be going pretty well.
45 minutes and we cleaned a barn. That's
Good. George started out really strong. I think we were all impressed at the decisions he was making. He was getting rid of some really big items. Things got a bit harder when we moved into the garage.
Don't throw it away, honey.
But I'm asking you, what does it go to?
A plastic post.
Which you have where?
I don't have right now. Why?
You have to say goodbye to some stuff, Dad. You're keeping a lot. We have made a commitment to the family as a whole not to hoard anywhere else, not to touch anywhere else. We're staying on a 1 acre plot of land, which is his to make decisions on.
Okay.
I didn't consider taking stuff down and putting it in a trailer to
We
be
promise
a
not
use
to
of their
touch
property.
any other property at all, just stay on our 1 acre, right?
That doesn't sound like a great option to me.
The only option you're willing to do is the option that we're not allowed to do. That's the only option you're willing to do. That doesn't sound like compromise at all.
It's the only one that makes sense to me.
Are you confused about why you're not permitted to use the other properties at this point, or?
Yeah, I think they're being real pig-headed about something that would really simplify how this could be.
Right now, you're being pig-headed. I'm sorry, you are. Imagine if I came in here and I told you, I'm gonna park my car here, Dad, and you're never gonna use your garage, ever, because I'm gonna keep my cars here. And I know you're my father, so I'm gonna do it, and you're gonna like it, and you're gonna be okay with it for 60 years, and you're gonna be okay with it. You would say, absolutely not, there's no way in hell, get your car and put it in your own garage. Do you agree?
Well, you have to put the stuff back in the room or whatever, but I just don't think it's a good way to do it.
Okay. The whole weekend was about helping him and us loving him and supporting him. And the one thing, the one only guideline he had to stick by, he couldn't do it.
Dump it. Get out of the way.
Here's what I know about change. Change is hard. It really is. And lasting change is even harder to do.
Family's at church. We've got about 3 hours. Everything's happening very quickly this morning. All the landscaping's going right now. Cars getting picked up.
More guys up in the front. If I didn't accept people's advice, if I didn't listen to people who loved me and who said, hey, Randy, guess what? You've got some blind spots, I would never grow. 2, 3. You see, change begins to show only when your faith is turned into action. Luke 9:25, Jesus said this, for what profit is it to a man if he gains the whole world and himself is destroyed or lost?
How was the service?
Wow, awesome.
Good?
Wonderful.
All right.
As always.
You're gonna see here in the next few minutes why I wasn't there. We got a lot done this morning. If you look around, the grass is all
See
cut.
that? Yes.
We've got all, look at your front hedges, they're all trimmed back.
Whoa, I didn't even.
You can see the house.
Yeah.
Debbie and George just got back from church. I was able to walk around the property, and they were both really excited. They're really starting to see, after all this hard work, they're seeing things follow through. You have a backyard now.
Good heavens.
We're ready.
That does look
So
different.
awesome.
What do you think?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, here's the issue. Your barn is almost full, and we've still got to go through the basement and the garage. So we've still got some hard decisions to make.
Keep? Oh, that should go in the little playhouse.
You know it's broken?
Yeah, we'll get it fixed.
Wheel?
Keep, and same with these. Keep.
And when we got to his dad's water boots, he told me that he had thrown them away, and then I found them tucked up in the shelf. So, these are your dad's boots.
These have been used, they're leaking, but they were my dad's, I kept them.
You don't keep your dad's boots because they fit, you keep them because you love your dad.
Yes.
George did get a little emotional today in the basement, which was good. I wanted to see him have some type of emotion other than happy. He finally started to let go.
They have served as a memory for me. At this point in time, I think I'll let other things serve as a memory. That was the thing that was needed for this. There had to be a change in my feeling and attitude towards all this in order for it to go in the first place. Here we go. Kind of feel yourself going with them. But I know there's other memories, and we had a lot of time together. The memories are still there.
I'm proud of you. That's a big deal. You've come a long way in 4 days, man.
Still thinking of my dad at the time, though. Make room for grandkids' memories, and I have one grandson that looks just like my dad. And I think that's a better memory.
I think George has discovered that he's been a bit too liberal in what he's taken on. He's now identified and prioritized a few main projects.
I had a total of about 4 projects we discussed about, and first and primary one was getting the truck out, getting going on it, which a lot of these parts have been collected for years and years and years.
George really likes that truck, and he was excited. I mean, he's excited to get going on that project, and we got all the parts to it.
I just found my plate for the truck. It's a 1932 plate, so I have to clean it up, repaint it. It's great seeing this thing. I haven't sat in it in quite a while, in many years, probably about 15 years. That's a big part of what this whole thing was about, too. That's like the saving grace of it all.
I hope he stays focused on that truck. If that's the one project he focuses on, I think that'll keep him busy for a year or two. All right, so we gotta pull this thing out today, and we got an hour to do it.
Okay. It's been more than 20 years since I actually saw the complete truck or could get in the door to it.
I'm leaving in 30 minutes. Let's go.
There is a garage here.
I love you.
Oh, that looks good.
The most shocking thing that's happened is my dad's happiness is back. I mean, I can see the fire in him again. I can see him smiling and laughing and really enjoying himself. And he hasn't been like that in a very long time. You can park your car in the garage.
I could open a door and not hit something?
You
sure?
can get in the house.
Should I try it?
You can find everything, Dad.
It's something to be able to see the corners of the garage again and to be able to pull 2 cars in. That was a good feeling. It's about time that's what the garage was designed for.
Outside citations, I think we've hit them all. The officers are going to come in and they're going to see that the family did every single thing they could, and I think he's going to get at least an extension, if not fully passing.
Dave?
We had a lot of fun.
Yes.
And we got a lot of metal out, and we actually have a check for over $1,000 in metal money that you can put towards restoring that or whatever you want. And
thank you. Wow, you guys, I'll tell you, you guys were a lifesaver.
We got $1,000 from some of the scrap metal. We probably got another 1,000 coming tomorrow. And I mean, George he's gonna make some money off of this. I think he's getting excited. He's starting to see the light now, and he's very pleased with what's happening.
This is great.
I do think it's crucial that George gets treatment moving forward. If he doesn't, I'm afraid we just gave him a whole bunch of space to fill up again. The real question is, when we're all gone and he's, on his way home from work and he can make that turn into the junkyard, is he gonna do it?
It was time to get rid of some stuff and just go on the memories, and I have a lot of them.
Hi, thanks for being a fan of Hoarders. And subscribe to A&E for more videos and click the links around me to watch more.